Cybertrucks are raising money in August. So we are now in both. Nikki has a bias. I don't feel I do have a bias. I mean, I tell you, I'm getting sick and tired of people saying because I don't always say rah, 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 yay, Tesla, that means I have a bias. No, it means I'm trying to ask questions and go up from there. It could be that the stock price has been frozen by some other things. So let me see if this channel is going live yet, because it doesn't seem to be showing up live. Give me a second while I do some kind of just some tweaks here. It may be that it's not going to let me do two things live at the same time. And if that's the case, then I'm going to have to go and pick one. Yep, both streams are live, are they? Great. So hello, everybody who's watching. Got no other things happening. Give me a sec. Just give me a sec while I sort this out. All right, so yes, I am continued. I am live on air. And maybe I didn't, I made this one private. So give me a second. Let me make this public. That's why it wasn't showing up. So we're now going published. We're now going live. And so if you want to jump back into the mainstream, you can. And I will never own Tesla shares because I cover Tesla. I wouldn't own shares in any other company because I cover them. It's just, and also, by the way, anyone who puts in their referral code will get an instant ban, because while I love the idea of, referral codes, that's not the purpose for my channel. It's not the purpose for me to say, hey, we're gonna make money. All right, so the other stream is up. If you'd like me to keep this stream active, I will. And I'm going to try and keep both of these streams running at the same time. So here we go. Hello. So we're back. Elon's been tweeting again. I do get paid for streaming on my primary, which is one of the reasons why I have other things running. You have bias to consider all the EV industry. That is an important position. I want to cover the whole EV industry because that's why I do this channel. But you're right. So let's go back. I'm going to make sure that I am aware of everything else that's going on with Elon, because he keeps tweeting. So if you haven't watched this channel before, please consider supporting us via Patreon. You can also go from there. This is interesting. Elon has just said shareholders can choose to either sell at 420 or hold their shares and go private. And that seems to be what Elon is now offering. If you are watching this and you are a friend of the channel, you are a specialist in the EV world, and you would like to join in this live chat, please let me know. And we can make that happen. So I'm just sending messages to various people I think might be interested in coming on board and helping. All right, so Elon Musk has said he's super appreciative of the Tesla shareholders and will ensure their prosperity in any given scenario. $7.3 billion of Tesla transactions today. Tesla stock has been halted. So let me just see where we're at. Tesla stock has been halted. What does that mean? It has been halted. I want to make sure that that is actually true. Please give me a second. I'm not doubting you. I want to make sure that this is actually the case, because in the past, I want to make sure. Tesla shares halted after string of tweets. Yes, possibly discussing. Wow. Let me make sure that my buddy Alex knows about this. So this is crazy. This is just crazy. This really is crazy. So I guess this is what we're going to be doing. This is what we're going to be doing for the rest of the day. I'm not going to be producing any scripts. Stock price high of 7.31 and 15 cents. So what is CNBC saying at this point? Shares were halted shortly after 2 p.m. on Tuesday after Elon Musk sent a string of tweets saying he's considering taking the company private, something we didn't already know. Shares first jumped after a tweet from Elon Musk's verified Twitter account mentioning taking the company private just before 1. CNBC contacted a number of Wall Street banks and none of them were aware of any transaction or had committed to funding a leveraged buyout of Tesla, which could be one of the biggest in history. Tesla did not respond to repeated calls. There's a surprise. The SEC has declined to comment. However, this is important. The SEC said in 2013 that companies are allowed to use social media outlets like Facebook and Twitter to announce news. And so we don't know what's going on. I mean, it's just frozen. Elon Musk's tweet about going private could cost Tesla short sellers more than 800 million. Alex is back. Hi, Alex. Isn't this price manipulation? Well, it could be. I mean, this is just, this is crazy. This is just like, as it grows. He said considering. He did say considering, but you know what? If you are the CEO of a big company like this, you don't say going. You do not say considering and go up. As it grows. Hey, Alex, you and I are. Oh wow, you've got your studio screen set up now. I feel like I should get mine. You do not say considering. Oh, I've got some feedback from Alex.
Can you hear me now?
I can. Can you hear me without the feedback? Yes, you can.
Yes. Let me know if there's an echo or anything like that. I just want to make sure we're good.
There is some echo.
Okay, then I better do this. By the way, I do have to say that I'm just about to get a Kia Niro plug-in hybrid delivered to me for test drive. So if that happens, I'm going to have to jam. But
well, you're doing better than me. I can't get any cars on review at the moment. I don't know why. They all hate me.
You know, I have to say it hasn't been that easy to deal with some of the PR people. Okay, can you hear me now?
I can.
How's the echo? Okay, good.
And I think you may have just had your doorbell go.
I'm sorry, say it again?
I think your doorbell just went, didn't it?
No, that was my fault.
Okay.
Actually, I just moved and I realized that I don't have a doorbell at all. So they're just going to have to call me or knock on my door real loud.
Gally asked a question of Elon and he responded.
Who?
Gally. You know, the YouTuber. Oh, I've just gone the wrong way.
Okay, let's see. There you go. Oh, I see. I need to flip this thing.
I mean, he tweeted earlier on that all current investors remain with Tesla. But the piece of news that we've just learned, Alex, is that Tesla's stock the trading has been halted.
Yeah, so I don't know enough about, like, in those special cases, what that actually means and who halted it. Was it per request of Tesla, or is this something just gets triggered automatically at the stock exchange when a news like this comes through? That would be weird if it's the latter, right? But
yeah, it would be. I mean, but essentially, as I understand it, the stocks can be frozen when there is news that causes a share to go crazy like this. You know, if there are lots of weird trading suddenly, you know, I mean, it's gone up to 369. It's been halted at 369. In the course of let's put this into context. In the course of just 2 hours, Tesla stock price has risen more than $25-30 per share.
how is it going crazy? It's not going crazy. I mean, it's reacting to the news.
I think there might have been a lot of transfers. Let me see if I can get to a reason why it was frozen.
And I wonder if it's going to be just frozen just for the rest of the day, or if it's going to be frozen like until the filing with FCC, or is it until they, you know what I mean? Like this is odd. Right? This is just odd, right?
It is odd, but it just seems to be like, it seems to be the new reality here of it's crazy. Okay. So it appears that the Elon has now gone quiet again. It's, you know, I come back on air and we're like, it's gonna happen.
He's over this. Oh, give me a second. I gotta
mute you. So I'm just going to mute Alex there for a second while he takes care of that, and we're going to go back to the Twitter stream and see what's going on. And also, you are talking about, apparently it's costing shorts more than 800 million. I mean, that would be like the ultimate FU from Elon, wouldn't it? He said they just had to prove investors that they're not essential. So we'll see what happens next. I mean, let's keep going. I mean, I'm looking at other streams and other groups and just trying to piece together all the information and all the news. I'm discovering it as you're discovering it. Obviously, by the way, that's where we normally film our shows. I have my glasses on. I don't have my makeup on or anything. This is just me at the moment trying to piece together what's going on. So bear with me. We'll see if we can get to the bottom of it. Elon, and it has gone quiet. The news is not, Tesla is not responding to any calls or any information. Stock twits is a new one for me, which is a bit weird. Stock twits. I've never seen that before. Hey, Alex, just give me a second. Let me unmute you. Oh, Alex, are you there? Oh, he's not there yet.
How about now?
Yeah, you're back. Welcome back.
Okay. Awesome.
So 800 million in shorts lost. Like in terms of this news as cost shorts, 800 million.
Well, I mean, it's their own fault. I really don't know why anybody would short Tesla. Anybody, I think, who follows and has followed Tesla and Elon Musk would know that it's just a bad idea. It's, you know, and so if they're being punished for it, I'm perfectly fine with it. And by the way, especially those who have actually tried to create, I hate using the term fake news, but they really created fake news to make themselves some money at the expense of Tesla and our entire electric car movement. I have no problems with that. Actually, that's a great news. And I think that shorting should not even be a thing. That should not be an allowed strategy. Because stock market is to invest into American companies and to prosper, not to try to bring it down. I don't understand why it's allowed in the first place.
I mean, no. But then I guess that's how they've always trading is. I mean, people shorting Tesla stock is shorting stock is not a new thing. It's been going on for decades. People are just trying to figure out whether Elon was telling the truth or not. People are still joining into the tweet. So let's go back. Let's go back in time, and we'll give everybody an update as to where we were. So it would have been 2 hours ago, so just an hour and a half ago, so just before 1 o'clock Eastern time on the east coast of the US, Elon Musk tweeted, am considering taking Tesla private at $420, funding secured. That was the first tweet. And when that came out, I mean, I actually got it come through on my watch, and I kind of looked at it and went, "You're kidding? Okay, we're going to go live." And I think you woke up just about that time and then jumped in and realized something was happening. Shortly following that, Elon Musk then sent an email, a tweet that said, "Good morning, smiley face." And it wasn't until, a good 10 minutes later that Elon actually confirmed that, yes, he's considering it. He said he doesn't have a controlling vote now, and he wouldn't expect any shareholder to have one if Tesla went private, and he won't be selling in either case. So that's the first fact. Yes, or maybe that's the second fact.
And
yes,
he wants to stay on as a CEO. He replied to
stay on as CEO. He wants to stay on as CEO, and he is committed to Tesla succeeding. Those are the two important things to take away from that statement. The third thing, obviously, is that this is not a joke. This is not a drill. This is real. Elon is not screwing around. The next thing to note here is a tweet made about 30 minutes ago, so around 1 o'clock Eastern. 2 o'clock Eastern. Elon said that he doesn't have a controlling vote. We've covered that one, sorry. He said, "My hope is that all current investors remain with Tesla even if we're private. This is an important thing. Would create special purpose fund enabling anyone to stay with Tesla. Already do this with Fidelity's Spacex investment." So for those who are interested at this point, Tesla would cease being a publicly traded company. Tesla would keep all of its investors in situ if they wished that to be the case. They would still own a part of Tesla. They just wouldn't be able to trade their shares on the public market. Correct, Alex?
Yeah, that sounds exactly what happened. Oh, gotta pick it up again. Sorry, I'm just waiting for the key.
This is live. This is live. This is the live world of the internet of live breaking news. All right, so let's see if we've got any more tweets come out. Nothing else has come out from Elon in the last couple of minutes. So shares have stopped trading. I'm just coming up and catching up with the chat here. So please give me a second. I have been a short seller before, not Tesla, and it's just another way to make money, but is more gambling than investing. That's true. Automatic, there is too much unusual activity. That's confirmation. So effectively, the shares were halted because weird things. There's a computer system that goes, stop. So did Elon get his time zones wrong and let it slip too soon? Now that's something actually that I'm a little concerned about, because normally if you were making this, normally if you were making an announcement about your company, you'd normally wait until the end of business. You'd normally wait until the close of shares. Alex, you need to unmute yourself and then you can join back in the conversation.
Yeah, my key apparently is in front of my house now. They just dropped it off. I didn't hear I need to get a doorbell. But listen, I'm going to jam because today is the day where I'm actually selling my Tesla, one of them. So I'm going to go hug it, say goodbye, and drive it to the new owner. But I know this story will keep on giving, and I still got to do my own broadcast as well. I haven't done it yet. But it's fun. I'll try to maybe join in some other time. I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna keep this running as long as we can. So
yeah, now that I know how to do this thing with you, we can definitely do it.
Oh, you see, when I've actually got my proper studio up, we'll have the proper cameras and everything, and then maybe you can have my background as well. And as someone said, your logo is back to front.
Yeah, I swapped it. Now I figured this out. You can now do it. I'm not in better shape when I was like half asleep when I was doing it on my cell phone. I hope it sounds better as well.
It does. All right, Alex. Talk soon. Take care.
All right. Have fun with this.
So Alex is just heading out there, and there is where we are. All right. I'm gonna read more of your discussion comments, etc., etc. And I know that we're actually doing this in two different places. So the original Transport Evolved second channel, we're still running live on Transport Evolved Take 2. So I want to make sure I read all of those as well. All right, everyone. So Elon Musk is very transparent or big troll, says someone in the chat. I don't see that's the case. Carl P says, there is a distinct possibility that Musk has a meltdown over the share price and just did those tweets on furious impulse. I don't see that happening. Now, this is an interesting one. Someone's just quoting from official legislation. Companies listed on the US stock exchange, like the New York Stock Exchange or NASDAQ, are responsible for notifying the listing exchange about any corporate developments that could affect trading. So I don't know. So something about SEC Form 8K. I don't know if that's the case or not. Did we find out if this is real? It is 100% real. It is 100% real. And apparently 27.4% of Tesla stock is shorted. I need to put my teeth in properly. My Tesla stock is shorted. No, I don't have any Tesla stock. I was just saying that as a right. Okay. This is a sort of news you would read in a Sunday paper. Well, look, it's come from Twitter. It's come from Elon Musk. He seems to be confirming that this is the case. The stock market has been halted. At least Tesla's stock market trading has been halted, rather. So we're just trying to catch up. I've got three different windows open. We need a business 101 into cars, not US corporate law. Have I offered Elon the use of those green foam pads in the background? Just joined. What's happened? Can I have a recap? All right, so recap time. Somebody needs to bring me lunch because, I'm not going to be able to have lunch if this is carrying on. All right. So 2 hours ago, 1 hour and 50 minutes ago, Elon Musk tweeted, "I'm considering taking Tesla private at $420, funding secured." What he meant by that was he was considering selling Tesla stock or allowing Tesla stock to be privatized at $420 per share. That means anyone who is a Tesla shareholder would be given the option to buy Tesla stock, to sell Tesla stock at $420 per share. That's the equivalent of about $74 billion worth of money. And Elon says he's got that secured. Now, that follows an announcement this morning that was made earlier in which the Saudi Saudi wealth investment firm says that it has acquired $2 billion worth of Tesla stock. Okay, so this follows on from that, which could hint that the Saudi sovereign wealth investment fund may have some more money that it's willing to spend on Tesla stock. All right, so next, then shortly after that tweet, like 10 minutes, we'd already gone live at that point. So I responded like in the first 10, 15 minutes of this tweet. Elon then said, "Good morning, smiley face." Because up to this point, we were like, well, is this real? Has someone hacked Tesla's account? The 420 reference seems like it might be a marijuana reference. What's going on here? And we discovered that Elon was actually, it was Elon, it was real, and we're going on. Next, Elon said about an hour ago now, he doesn't have a controlling vote, and it was a response to Fred Lambert of Electrek, in which Fred said, "Can you confirm if you would retain control of the company, it wouldn't be an outright sale?" And Elon responded, "I don't have a controlling vote now and wouldn't expect any shareholder to have one if we go private. I wouldn't be selling in either scenario." Responding to, there was another question, "Interesting, would you like to stay CEO if this goes through?" Elon responded, confirmed, no change. Elon then responded to another tweet from that he hoped that all current investors remain with Tesla, even if the company is private, that he would create a special purpose fund enabling anyone to stay with Tesla. He already does this with Fidelity's SpaceX investment. And response to another question, "If you do take Tesla private, please have a provision for retail investors who have held Tesla shares prior to December 31st, 2016, that those shares will be converted into private shares in the new private company. This would only be fair and the right thing to do." Elon Musk then responded with, "Absolutely, I'm super appreciative of Tesla shareholders. Will ensure their prosperity in any scenario." Next, shareholders, he responded to his original quote about the 420. Shareholders could either sell at 420 or hold their shares and go private. And he's just tweeted again. Has he just tweeted again? No, he's not. So he's been quiet. Oh, he just retweeted the response he made earlier on, saying, "Absolutely, I'm super appreciative of Tesla shareholders. Will ensure their prosperity in any scenario." So let's go back to the chats. There are two different chats here because I'm streaming on two different channels at the same time, Transport Evolved Take 2 and Transport Evolved, the main channel. All right. Yeah, you can't buy Tesla shares right now. Tesla trading has stopped. Corporate stuff that is legal also changes the auto scene. They go hand in hand. Once they settle down, we'll be back to more direct car news. Yeah, some people are complaining that we're talking about Tesla on this channel. Like it or not, Tesla is part of the future car market. I love Tesla being part of the future car market. I cover everything from Tesla, Nissan, GM, Ford, all the mainstream automakers, of which Tesla is now becoming one. And I'll also cover startups. I'll also cover small companies. My purpose of this channel is not to cover just Tesla, because not everyone wants a Tesla, not everyone can afford a Tesla. And if we're transitioning to cleaner, greener, safer, and smarter transportation, it has to be done in a wider whole picture, a whole view. And that is why we're doing this. This is why we're doing this, covering this right now, is because this is major news. This is major news, and it affects the whole industry. Because if Tesla becomes a privately traded company, Tesla manages to pick up some extra investment along the way, suddenly Tesla then has extra money that it can use to build the Y, to build the Semi, to build the Roadster 2, to build more gigafactories, to accelerate its push towards zero emissions future. And that could have serious impacts on the rest of the auto industry. Now, right now, we've got BMW, Mercedes-Benz, or Daimler, depending on which way you want to look at that. We've got Volkswagen, so Audi, Porsche, all these other companies. Porsche. You've got all these other companies. They're all investing large numbers of money. We're talking billions of dollars collectively as an industry in bringing electric cars to market. And it's super important that those companies bring those cars to market, both as healthy competition towards Tesla, but also to ensure their future. If Tesla is the only car company producing cars moving forwards, then it becomes a monopoly. It doesn't do Tesla any good. It doesn't do us any good as consumers. It doesn't do, it doesn't do anybody any good, really. So this news breaking is super important to cover, and it's super important to make sure that we understand it. All right. So was this a joke then? No, it was not a joke. It has been, it's a piece of news that has been running now for, several hours. I am keeping up. The other thing kind of connected with this is US crude is up by 16 cents. So the US oil industry, because of the Iran sanctions that were put in place this morning by President Trump, has changed the oil price. So it's very interesting that the sovereign wealth fund of Saudi Arabia is now investing in Tesla. Are they the secret buyers? I think they probably are. There are no auto companies. I've said this all before, but let's revisit it. I've said before that there are no car companies out there who've got $74 billion sitting in a bank account somewhere that they can just throw at this. The world's largest automaker at the moment is Volkswagen, and it has like $21 billion cash in hand that it could just spend on something like that. But no other company is anywhere near that. And even Volkswagen is a long way away from being able to afford this kind of purchase. So it has to be a larger company, and there are only a handful of companies that could even do it. Apple obviously is one of them. But given that Tesla announced this sovereign wealth fund purchase, or rather the sovereign wealth fund of Saudi Arabia said, hey, we're buying $2 billion of Tesla stock, it kind of points the way towards Saudi Arabia. And obviously with the Iran sanctions, with things in the Middle East still being kind of touchy, it makes sense that the Saudi Arabia Sovereign Wealth Fund is looking to diversify and spend its money and invest in other things. So that's where that money, I think, is probably coming from. A national business channel says it's a stunt. They've been wrong before. It wasn't Fox, was it? Prince Al Wayed is also allowed to continue doing business by being restricted under corruption investigation. That's true. We'll send lunch, but allow 20 days for delivery. All right. Does everyone has a clue where this capital is going to come from? Well, I just answered that. If Tesla uses the money to pay back 85% of all existing shareholders, that money is not available to spend on factory expansion or product development. This is the interesting thing. Elon Musk has said shareholders can remain shareholders. They can convert from being a publicly traded shareholder to a private shareholder. They can keep their stake in the company. It's just that it can't be traded out like it currently can be. All right, so the Sono Motors Scion, I'm going to be covering that. I was going to cover that today, actually, Roger, but then this news story broke. So I haven't written scripts, so there's not going to be any other videos made today. This is going to be the video for today. I hope to gain more than 420 from my Tesla shares because I fear that we won't see much yearly dividend from a private Tesla because they will put all their cash flow into their business like Amazon. That is true. Former SEC Chair Harvey Pitt said on CNBC just now, disclosure of material info on Tesla, material info obviously for the company, isn't new, but Elon Musk's mention of potential go private price is highly unprecedented. Now, obviously, that's one of the reasons why the stock has been halted, because we want to make sure that the automatic systems have just halted things. So trading was halted at 2:10 p.m. Eastern. So that was nearly an hour, 2.5 hours ago. Sorry, my brain is broken. Not 2.5 hours ago. Please excuse me, I'm being stupid. I just have to convert in my head. So about half an hour ago, Tesla stock prices were stopped. The trading was stopped. I think he's going to look into further expansion from sales revenue based on their latest sales revenue figures, says EV Infrastructure and Analysis over on the Transport Evolve Take 2 channel. That's a very interesting, that's an interesting thought. I think Elon is going to obviously look at investment as a private way of bringing in some more money into the company. Obviously, there are some advantages to going private. It doesn't have to worry about some of the forms and whatnot that it has to deal with right now. But also it's not under constant scrutiny. To go private now would be funny. Why is that? I mean, I don't know. The irony when Saudis believe electric future and America believes in oil future. I mean, this is the modern world we live in. I mean, it's crazy. Let me see if somebody just sent me a message. So give me a second. So I'm gonna invite in here the lovely Gavin Shoebridge, who is an old-time friend of mine. Let me send that back to him, and let me send this back. Please bear with me. Boom, boom. All right, so if that doesn't work, then I will send him another invite. It takes sometimes a while for this thing to work out. If you are another analyst and you'd like to join in, please let me know. Who is Austin? You are. I'm just inviting someone else in who hopefully will do this. All right, I'm trying to get some extra stuff in. All right, so I really hope he's not taking money from KSA, terrible partner to have, so to speak. I don't know. Do any of you all actually trade or just use the market as your digital casino? I don't know what that means. Austin is just trolling. All right, I'm just going through the chat now. Elon Musk is probably leaning back in his chair and enjoying the stock show. It's not trading right now, so it can't. The Bears are asking for Elon to be reported to the SEC, not the SEC. All right, I'm catching up now. All right, so we're just trying to make sure and see if anybody else is ready to join. Elon tweeted the meme of Hitler shorting Tesla. He did. I saw that. That was kind of funny. I don't have Galileo's contact information, so if anybody knows Galileo and wants to get him in touch with me, then yeah, by all means, he can come on. But you know, I mean, I don't think Elon would be doing this out of sheer vindictiveness. That's not how something like this would work. In fact, it's very much not how it would work. Ben from Teslanomics, yeah. Again, I need to, if anyone knows Ben, I do have his contact information somewhere. All right, Austin, I'm gonna bite with you just for fun. Okay, it is a company. It is making people money, whether they are. It's not making money itself right now, but it is making that progression towards profitability. And if it really was such a joke company, then we would be seeing a very different thing play out. All right, Right, trying to get several people involved and chatting on this because it's kind of a big news story and I want to get some other people in. Anything to accelerate progress. Elon said small investors can stay on. Okay, so back to the beginning. If you're watching this stream live, Elon Musk just said about 2 hours ago now, in fact, 2 hours ago to the nose, that he was going to sell, considering selling or turning Tesla private at $420 per share. So that was the original tweet. He was considering turning Tesla private, going private at $420 per share. There have been some other tweets since confirming that, yes, it's not a hoax. Yes, it really was Elon. Yes, he would consider, he would want to stay at the head of the company. He would stay a shareholder. He does not currently have a controlling vote, and he wouldn't expect any shareholder to have one if they went private. Now, note the words would and if. Okay, so so we'll see what happens there. Elon has confirmed that he wouldn't be selling in either scenario. He has said that his hope is that all current investors remain with Tesla, even if the company is private. They would create a special purpose fund enabling anyone to stay with Tesla. And Tesla already does this with SpaceX's Fidelity investment. So Fidelity's SpaceX investment, sorry. Elon has said that shareholders, if this went through, would be given the choice of selling their stock at $420 per share or going private and holding their shares. If the purchaser won't get a majority, this means they would buy 49% max. You are totally right. However, that does not mean that obviously maybe there isn't 49% to buy. I don't know. Somebody can do the math for me. I don't know how much is currently owned by Elon. I've kind of lost track of how much Elon owns and how much other people own, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of the investments are not from just individual shareholders. If is the important word. Elon owns 20. The price would be 45 billion, be 74 billion valuation. Some people are saying 19%, some people are saying 20. It's somewhere around there. Elon will keep that. And there are other people within Tesla who own Tesla stock. So Elon's brother, Kimball, owns some shares, and there are other people who own shares in the company. So that is where it's at right now. We're waiting for further tweets from Elon. He's gone quiet. Obviously, we've got SpaceX launch today, I think. We've got a Falcon. No, we haven't. Have we got a SpaceX launch today, or was that yesterday? I can't remember. My brain is broken. There's been some SpaceX launches going on at the moment. It's not clear where Elon is right now, but I guess we have to wait and see. Yeah, it was last night. So maybe he's on a bit of a high, 420. For the stock price. All right, so people are asking why Tesla stock was halted. Tesla stock was halted because the computer systems that sort of monitor trading went, hey, something weird's going on, we're going to stop trading. It's kind of a way of ensuring that nothing bad happens to the stock market, and the stock market doesn't kind of suddenly go tanky. As someone said earlier on this morning, there was a company in Saudi Arabia, or actually it's a Saudi sovereign wealth investment fund, has acquired between 3 to 5% in Tesla, and that was $2 billion. So we can actually, somebody's giving me the stock prices, so that's cool. So the Saudi investment arm, Saudi sovereign wealth investment fund owns 3 to 5%. Elon owns about 20. Some say as much as 22. Price owns 9%. Fidelity is at about 9. RL Price is 9. So we're already looking at sort of 40% of the stock, and we don't even have all of the other Tesla shareholders, that other big Tesla investor shareholders. I'm pretty sure that Steve Yvertson owns a fairly large part of Tesla. T. Rowe Price. Yep. Either case is 20% owning the stock. He doesn't need 51% approval to go private. Doesn't he need 51% approval to go private and take any major actions? It's most likely not a joke, or it will be problematic with the FCC. Well, we know for a fact that a lot of Tesla shareholders support Elon, and whatever Elon says, they will go with, because they want the best for the company. And if Elon thinks it's the best for the company, the majority of shareholders are backing him. And so what I think we're going to see is, even if this was put forward and voted on, I think that we would see a support there coming in. So, I mean, we just have to see what's happening next. All right, so I'm just trying to see if we are having any extra news coming in here. Checking my email to see if Tesla's responded. It hasn't. There's a surprise. All right, let's get Mr. Shoebridge in on this. He sent me a message. So here we go. If the shorts offset the people who sell at 420, Tesla can go private for free. The angel buyer needs to cover shareholders who sell, which could cost much less than half the valuation price. You've got a good point. When will the trading resume for stock? I don't know. I don't know enough about the stock market to be able to say that, and I don't want to. I cover cars. I don't cover the stock market. What does going private mean? Wasn't Tesla every time a private company? Okay, going private means the company will no longer be traded. Shares in the company will no longer be traded on the stock market. Okay, and that means that instead of being able to buy and sell shares in Tesla using public trading outlets like NASDAQ, the NASDAQ exchange, you would have to make a private investment in the company. And there are some regulations that Tesla won't have to follow if it's a privately traded company. There are some things that it will have to follow just because it's a company. Right now, Tesla is the shares are still halted. How common or rare is it for a company that is publicly traded to change direction and go private? Well, let's look at Dell. I mean, Dell is a good example. So Dell Computers, Dell officially went private in 2013. And Dell did pretty well out of it. Dell was struggling before it went private, and now it's gone private. I think it's doing pretty well still. I mean, Dell has certainly still got the office computer market. A new Elon tweet about liquidity. Here we go. I just got an announcement in myself. All right. Could we still invest once private? Asked the question from Derek M. That's Space Geek on Twitter. That's a nice handle. Elon said yes, but liquidity events would be limited to every 6 months or so, like SpaceX. So essentially, we'd be talking about making Tesla the same as SpaceX in terms of the investment and where it would go. So there we go. Lots of people saying, lots of people calling Elon daddy now. I'm not sure if I like this. I'm not sure if I think that is a good thing. HCA has gone private and public several times. Healthcare America, it has. What is it with powerful American men and their tweet storms? I don't know. I don't know. I'm reading the I don't like the daddy thing. Apparently Uncle E is a common nickname. That is weird. I mean, I'm sorry, that is a bit weird. That is just a tiny bit weird. Might be wrong. All right, I'm gonna try someone else to see if I can get them in. We're having trouble inviting them to the tweet stream. So let me see, I'm gonna send that. Oh, Uncle E from Rick and Morty. Yeah, that's true. Haven't really seen enough Rick and Morty. I've been too busy. I know Elon watches it. Elon, SpaceX launches are priced in millions, not billions. Yeah, true. Musk watch. I like that. The daddy thing is a reference to Musk watch. Okay, fine. If you say so. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Anyway, if you're watching this for the first time, welcome to Transport Evolved. We are a channel covering cleaner, greener, safer, and smarter transportation. My name is Nikki. I am the owner, the host of the channel. I have other people come and help me with the content from time to time. We are in the process of growing. We are now about 52,000 subscriber YouTube channel. So we're very, very small. We are growing. I have a background in music, but I'm actually been working covering the electric car market now for sort of coming up on 10 years. I used to work for Green Car Reports. I did some time with a couple of other news sites, and then I set up Transport Evolved, making videos about cars. Apparently there is a new tweet, but it's not shown up on my end. Nope, it's not. That's the one that just happened that I already knew about. If you have not come up with, if you've not encountered Transport Evolved before, please go ahead and click the Transport Evolved subscribe button, and you can follow us on youtube.com/transport. I can't talk and type at the same time. Transport Evolved. You can also support us by going to patreon.com, Transport Evolved, and we are completely independent. We are funded by the ads and the views that you watch on this channel. We have a licensing agreement with an energy company in New Zealand, and we also rely on Patreon for our income. So far, you've all paid for this studio, which helps us build and grow and produce more content. The Model 3 review, which we recently did, is a good example of what we can do. And if you want to support us, go ahead, support us, like, comment, subscribe. Even just watching the videos with the ads will help us grow and expand. We are at a point now where we're pretty close to bringing a second member of staff on the team, or a first member of staff. Do I count as staff? I don't know. Bringing somebody else on the team, a researcher, so that we can actually start working on longer videos, more in-depth videos. We're also going to be talking to some animators so we can get some animated overlays in the videos, but of course that all takes time and money. And so if you can support us, that would be great. Where are we right now? Tesla shares. Let's see where we are with Tesla. We are still halted. Tesla is still halted. Now, bear in mind that the close of markets is going to be in about an hour and a half. In fact, no. What time is it in New York? It is 3:07. So we've got like an hour left before the markets close. So we are going to see this freezing, I think, happen for the rest of the day. Just for the record, although Musk doesn't consider himself a businessman, says Dylan, if this happens, it would be the deal of the century. It would be a very impressive deal, that's for sure. And it would go down in history alongside the Dell deal. And I think it would be a very interesting deal to see and to follow and to, watch as we go through. Closes at 1 p.m. Pacific. That's what I was saying. It's got we may see an announcement at 4 p.m. So I'm going to stay on until 4 p.m. Eastern, which is in like 50 minutes time. And then I'm going to have some lunch because I haven't had anything to drink today. So I'm going to go and grab a thing of water, and then we will carry on with the rest of the analysis. So talk amongst yourselves for a second. I have a couple of friends who live locally who are hoping we're going to be seeing this and come and help me and give me some drink and food. But no, it's all good. It's all fine. All right. So, no more tweets from Elon. I think we are done with the. I think we are done with trading today. I don't think Tesla trading is going to happen anymore. I do expect that we see. I do expect that we're going to see some statements from Tesla later on today, or maybe Elon. Apparently, Elon just talked to someone on Twitter recently, answering Mindfield. No forced sales. Hope all shareholders remain. It will be a way smoother and less disruptive as a private company. Ends negative propaganda from shorts. So he's had enough with shorts, and we go on from there. Which, that makes sense. Yeah, here we go. So that was 9 minutes ago. 2 new tweets. Elon's really pushing him out right now. Elon's pushing him out. So we don't have any more news. Why is Elon doing this again? Elon's doing this partly as it appears that Elon is fed up with the stock market shorts. He doesn't like the shorts. He doesn't like the way that the short world works. He also wants Tesla to not be held to that kind of rigid Wall Street framework. I think it's been very damaging for Elon. It's really played. I think it's played with his mental health. I've been really worried about Elon's mental health for some time. Being in the public eye, being in the public sphere, being pursued all the time is really tough on anybody, whether it's Joe Bloggs down the street or somebody who owns a multi-million or even bigger company. It does make does have an impact on someone's mental health in the future, and I think this is a very important thing to take on board. It will allow Elon to double down, allow the company to double down. He wants, as someone said, he wants more control, but he also wants more secrecy, which is true. Elon wants to be able to just do the thing and then display the thing. And I think that's going to be much easier. Will this push move Tesla above my cost basis for the first time in a long time? So that's good at least, says Anonymous Freak. Well, there you go. If you're downtown and you want to join in, come on in. You're down the road. I know you are. Could be Dyson, maybe. Tesla is going to be financed like SpaceX. Yes, that is ultimately where we're looking at. Tesla is going to be financed like SpaceX. I think it also helps Tesla, build the factory in China. It can presumably it can convert more debt if it wants to without any analysis. But I want in from Holland a bit far. Yeah, people are asking me, going off the Tesla thing for a second, people keep asking me when we're going to have an official studio opening. We were due to have one a couple of months ago, maybe nearly a year ago, because I've been in here since January. We're going to have a studio opening in February, but because of things going on in my private life, we weren't able to, because I wasn't able to be here that day. There are still a lot of things going on in my private life. I have multiple family members with cancer, in addition to obviously having just lost a family member to cancer. So I've got multiple family members still suffering cancer in addition to my sister who just died from cancer. So it's been keeping me on my toes, and I just haven't had the mental space to be able to arrange a studio welcoming yet. I've also recently launched a charity, so things have been busy. All right, back to this. No, your office downtown and my office downtown are not still far away. All right, see if Elon has made any more tweets. Nope, no more tweets. So the long and the short of this is that Elon is serious about selling Tesla to private investors, or at least making existing Tesla stock investors transition over to private. Just as a sort of a show of hands, if you're watching this right now, we've got like 400-500 people watching this in two different chat streams. So if you are watching this and you are a Tesla shareholder right now, and Elon comes along and says, will you hold your Tesla share and go private, or would you sell it at 420? What would you pick? Sell. So some people are selling, some people are holding, but the majority of people are holding, keep it, hold. I'll sell at 420, hold, sell, hold, hodl. Hodl. I own 355 shares. Hodl for me. Hodor, yes. Hold. So these people are holding. It's interesting to see. I've just got a message from someone who I invited in. So let's see what they are at. Let me just send this over. Copy link address. So it appears that everyone wants to hold. Most people want to hold. Most people want to hold because they want to hurt the shorts. This will be more than 420 and can't do that in private. Odor, yes. Odor. That should be a stock. That should be like maybe that should be a t-shirt. Hodor, Tesla Hodor. Until I die, someone wants to hold on to their stock until they die. Wow, these people watch Game of Thrones. They do. They knew where I was going with that. Wonder if people know what going private means. Well, going private means that the company is no longer going to be publicly traded, which means it's going to be, you're not going to be able to just buy and sell as you feel like it. You're going to have to wait until these, 6 monthly events to do. Some would go down with the ship as long as Elon tells them they could breathe underwater. That's loyalty, no judgment. I don't know. I honestly don't know why anybody would sell, because most people are there because they are supporting the company, not because they want to make money. They're making money from Tesla as a side rather than as a principal reason to be investing in the company. And that's very interesting because not all companies do that. Tesla is one, Apple is one. I think people are investing in Tesla because they support the company, they support its vision, and most importantly, they support Elon. And I think that because Elon is talking about this, because Elon is saying, hey, we are considering going private, 420 a share. We will buy, the private investor will buy your share at 420, or you can convert it to a private shareholding in the company, and creating obviously that special fund to enable people to do that is a really, really good way of ensuring that Tesla fans continue to hold their stock in the company. I'm not a fangirl, not even got a driver's license. Okay. Some people are saying that 420 is simply not enough. And earlier this year, apparently, Elon told a personal backer of SpaceX, venture capitalist Leoletta Garriott-Dicao, I don't know that person. Are you ready to not see a return for 15 years? And they said yes. I mean, you're into it for the long term, and a lot of Tesla shareholders do have Tesla products. I know people with Teslas. I know people who own the cars, who drive the cars, who love them. I think Tesla as a company is revolutionary. I think we're still waiting for that Model T car, and I think the Model Y might be that, simply and purely because the sedan market is tiny compared to the pickup and the small SUV market. If Tesla can make a small SUV, job is done. If Tesla can make a small SUV the same price, and they can sell it and produce it in large enough volumes, I think Tesla's done it. Sorry, someone was asking a question. I'm just catching up in the chat. Can we have a hashtag to make this thing easier to follow, like Tesla 420? Go ahead, make a hashtag, Tesla 420. I love that. I love that. And my reason for not wanting a Tesla is a car that costs more than my house did. I don't own a Tesla. I don't own a Tesla. I can't afford one. I have a Chevy Bolt and I have a Nissan Leaf. My first electric car was a tiny little bobble car, and I've basically been upgrading ever since. Hold for me, it wasn't about the money. It's what I believe in for a sustainable future. That's where a lot of these people are going. So it seems to be that you're either you're either invested both financially and emotionally in the company, which makes you less likely to sell, or you are looking to short and make money. There are very few people who are sitting in the middle who are investing in what I would call a traditional sense. The traditional sense being, we're going to hold on to this share price until it reaches a peak, what we think is a peak, and we'll sell and make a profit from it. Sources say Tesla begins trading in 15 minutes. Will it go up or down? Well, okay, guess we're just going to stick around. I would be really surprised, though, if Tesla starts trading before the end of today. Look, we've got 21 minutes past 3. So we've got 40 minutes of trading left. Oh, but it has. Has it started trading again? No, it hasn't. So the last time it was trading at 369 and 70 cents. Let's see if it goes up over 420. Will we see 420 hit? I think we might do. Someone's saying they're going to sell. He wants to crush shorts. Yeah, I guess. Will anyone add shares at 420 to go private with Tesla? I.e., so what you're saying is, will anybody want to invest at 420? Someone wants to go in for 410. Where can I buy a few of the shares? I've never bought one before. I am not I'm not a stock advisor. You need to find a broker. Find a broker and go from there. But you cannot buy any shares right now. And frankly, I don't think buying right now is a good idea. I really don't. I don't think buying Tesla stocks right now is going to be. I'm not an advisor. I personally wouldn't be buying Tesla right now. If I was someone who wanted to buy Tesla, I would have bought Tesla last week when it was at 290, or back in April when it was at 250. But would I buy it now? No, because look, the highest Tesla's ever been historically is 385, I think. Yeah, 385. It pushed 400 for a little while. It's heading back up that way right now. So I don't think I would necessarily buy a Tesla shares at that price. Yeah, someone said, buy low, don't buy now. Reading the stock pricing whilst talking to you guys. So I wouldn't buy at 420, no, 80 billion valuation. Kind of wish investing in Tesla was as simple as buying Bitcoin. Well, yeah, I suppose. I bought Tesla since the IPO and I'm still buying, says Daniel. Daniel, would you mind telling us how much you've made? I'm just going to ask you, would you mind telling us? Because I'd love to know. I'd love to know. I am on 348, 262 on today's news. The 348 I owned a week. So yeah, I mean, obviously there are people who bought at the IPO. Somebody bought at 34. Damn. Daniel said, and it's enough to pay for my P85 and P100D. Congratulations, sir. Lots of people who bought when Tesla was still double digits. Well done. Good on you. By the way, people ask me why I'm not invested in Tesla, and I feel like while we're waiting for further news and stock pricing to start again, I feel like now would be a good time to tackle that. The reason why I don't own stock in Tesla is because I don't feel that would be fair to own stock in a company that I cover, because then it would be very difficult for me to be completely unbiased about it. Does that make sense? So if I own stock in a company and I know I own stock in the company and I'm trying to cover that company, I'm not going to be able to be as completely impartial as I might. Oh, thank you. Have some lunch on me. I do actually have lunch in my box, but thank you. I bought 80 shares at $29 and sold most of them to fund a wind farm, says Callum. Yeah, I know that. That's pretty cool. Do you think the Model 3 hype will be over when Y is introduced? I think Y has got so much more potential for a massive market share compared to the 3, provided it's built in the right way and provided it's priced at the right way. I still think Model 3 is overpriced. If you could make Model 3 priced at a lower price, a lower entry-level price point, and you could add those extra features and still be within that under 40 grand, then maybe we might be in a better position. Previous comments just got lost in the chat. New try. Just thought Norway is all in for EVs. They also have an oil fund with over $1 trillion US. Maybe Musk convinced them to spend some. Yes, of course. The Norwegian sovereign wealth fund and the Saudi sovereign wealth fund, they both come from oil profits, okay? Profits from the oil industry. And in Norway, it's a really interesting point here, because the Norwegian sovereign wealth fund has actually helped pay towards a lot of the EV incentives and development that we've seen happen in the last couple of years, last decade. These massive EV incentives all come from the Norwegian sovereign wealth fund. So Norway's success in the EV world is thanks to the fossil fuel industry. The Saudi Arabia sovereign wealth fund, a lot of the money in that fund comes from the oil industry, the oil and gas industry. So again, Tesla has now been invested in by a sovereign wealth fund that has a lot of its profits from the oil and gas industry. It has purchased between 3 and 5%, which is about $2 billion worth of shares. All right, someone is suggesting that Tesla is trading again. I don't see that. Nope, it's not trading. So unless I'm very, very, very mistaken, Tesla is still not trading. I will keep an eye on that, and I will tell you if it starts trading again. Also going to refresh Mr. Musk's tweet stream and see if he has. Someone said it might be delayed. Yeah, I mean, normally the stock prices are delayed in the trackers that I have because I don't have any stuff here. Someone says Tesla is at 367.25, which is the price that I have, I think, for Tesla. No, I have 366.94. So maybe it has started trading again. If someone has a live stock tracker, I would love it if you could send it my way. Oh, yes, we're back. Are we back? 366.94. Looks like trading may be no, still at a stop apparently. So I'm getting conflicting advice. Mine's live, it's still stopped. All right. Why shouldn't Tesla split at $400? So you're talking about a stock split? I suppose it could to increase its market cap, but it split not that long ago. Yeah, I honestly don't see that Tesla is going to start trading before the end of the day. Look, we've got half an hour left before we see any more stock, before we see the end of trading in New York. So I think it's done. I think we're done for today. Who knows what's going to happen at the end of markets, and who knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Check the Tesla blog. All right, I'm going to check the Tesla blog. Here we go. I don't see anything on the Tesla blog right now. No, I don't see anything on here. Nothing for August. Letter to Tesla employees. Nope, I don't see it. Tesla has just tweeted a link to them going private. Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can find this. Making Tesla private. The following email was sent to employees today. Okay, here we go. Ready for this? I'm going to read it to you. Earlier today, I announced that I'm considering taking Tesla private at a price of $4.20 a share. I wanted to let you know my rationale for this and why I think it is the best path moving forwards. First, a final decision has not yet been made, but the reason for doing this is all about creating the environment for Tesla to operate at its best. As a public company, we are subject to wild swings in our stock price that can be a major distraction for everyone working at Tesla, all of whom are shareholders. Being public also subjects us to the quarterly earnings cycle that puts enormous pressure on Tesla to make decisions that may be right for a given quarter, but not necessarily right for the long term. Finally, as the most shorted stock in history of the stock market, being public means there are a large number of people who have the incentive to attack the company. I fundamentally believe that we are at our best when everyone is focused on executing, when we can remain focused on our long-term mission, and when there are not perverse incentives or people to try and harm what we're trying to achieve. This is especially true for a company like Tesla that has a long-term, forward-looking mission. Spacex is a perfect example. It is far more operationally efficient, and that is largely due to the fact that it's privately held. That's not to say that it will make sense for Tesla to be private over the long term in the future. Once Tesla enters a phase of slower, more predictable growth, it will likely make sense to return to public markets. Here's what I envision being private would mean for shareholders, including all of our employees. First, I would like to structure this so that all shareholders have a choice. Either they can stay investors into a private Tesla, or they can be bought out at $420 per share, which is a 20% premium over the stock price following our Q2 earnings call, which had already increased by 16%. My hope is for all shareholders to remain, but if they prefer to be brought out, then this would enable that to happen at a nice premium. Second, my intention is for all Tesla employees to remain shareholders of the company, just as is the case at SpaceX. If we go private, employees would still be able to periodically sell their shares and exercise their options. This would enable you to still share in the growing value of the company that you've worked so hard to build over time. Third, the intention is not to merge SpaceX and Tesla. They would continue to have separate ownership and governance structure. However, the structure envisaged for Tesla is similar in many ways to the SpaceX structure. External shareholders, employee shareholders have an opportunity to sell or buy approximately every 6 months. Finally, this has nothing to do with accumulating control for myself. I own about 20% of the company now, but I don't envision that being substantially different after any deal is completed. Basically, I'm trying to accomplish an outcome where Tesla can operate at its best, free from as much distraction and short-term market thinking as possible, and where there is as little change for all of our investors, including our employees, as possible. The proposal to go private would ultimately be finalized through a vote of our shareholders. If the process ends the way I expect it to, a private Tesla would ultimately be an enormous opportunity for all of us. Either way, the future is very bright, and we'll keep fighting to achieve our mission. Thanks, Elon. So that is the letter that just went up there. And I think it's very important that we kind of look at this and kind of figure out where it goes. So this is true. It came out of left field. It gives us all something to talk about. It gives us something to discuss here on Transport Evolved, and I will be making a video about that later on today. As soon as my computer has decided it's finished doing all of its B-roll acquisition, which it's still doing and it's taking a long time to do, but that's okay because computers. All right. So that gives us an overview of what Elon is envisaging for Tesla, what Elon is envisaging in the long term for the company, and there we go. Did Elon break any laws? No, he didn't. I don't think so. I think that the SEC has in the past said it's okay. You don't have to, you don't have to worry about that. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. So there we are. I hope that will I remain live these last 30 minutes? I probably will. I mean, we'll wait until the end of the stock market crashes and closes. We'll enter the end of the stock market close for the day, and then I will go and make this into a blog, which you'll be able to see online. Just joined status. Elon Musk has said that he's considering making Tesla private, $4.20 a share, and we go from there. Yes. See if I can remember the correct stream for this one. So there we go. Well, I guess I will soon be doing a live blog on this. Tesla starts trading at 3:45. Really? Really? Okay, well, let's watch it. Let's see what happens. Someone's saying it's going to start trading again in 10 minutes. Investor support is confirmed, says Elon. Only reason... Hang on. Investor support is confirmed. Only reason why this is not certain is that it's contingent on a shareholder vote. So if you're a shareholder, you're going to have to vote on this, and probably that will mean an extraordinary shareholder meeting. Trading is back on. All right. Let's find out. Oh, yeah. It's back on. Is it back on? Let's find out. Going to go back to the NASDAQ. Currently at 367.25. It doesn't seem to be trading right now. So, is it trading? You see, I don't have anything on my stock ticker. It's gone dead at just after 2, which was when it happened for me. Yep. So we'll see. I mean, I don't think we're going to see any more trading at this point. No trading. No, I don't see why they would open trading for the last 15 minutes. That doesn't seem to make any sense to me. I mean, after hours trading might do weird things, but we'll see. We'll just go from there. But while we're talking about money, please support Transport Evolved by going to going to patreon.com/Transport Evolved. Because I would love it if you could all support it. Now, in order for us to grow the channel, in order for us to make more videos about this, in order for us to grow as a company, we need to increase our income. At the moment, we're bringing in about $2,500. Through Patreon, it would be nice to get above $3,000, and then I could start bringing in a part-timer who could come and help and do more research, and then we'll be able to do more videos. So let's go on there. Now let's talk about Dollar Shave Club. Do you know, I don't have any commercial sponsors. Commercial sponsors, but I agree with David Stewart. It's very strange that they'll trade for the last 15 minutes. What time is it and where am I? I am in Portland, Oregon, and it is currently 20:01 in the afternoon. I have an American partner. I live in Portland, Oregon. So yeah, I do support Transport Evolved, and the video is better through Patreon, Vimeo. I'm glad you like that, because I had a lot of people telling me that is not the case. So keep going, and it would, like I said, it would be lovely to see more and more people pledge. We have had a kind of a tailing off in pledge support lately. So go ahead, join, support us, and help us grow, because that would help me out a lot. When did I move from the UK to the US? 3 years ago. I just put in my citizenship request. Whether it will happen or not is another matter. So 5:40 a.m. in Sydney, unexpected news to wake up to. Indeed. Okay, so we're waiting. Stock prices are due to start trading again in about 5 minutes, at least according to those who are talking about it. So I will make a video about this, and we'll go. Always welcome in Canada. Thank you. Well, we're going to be looking. Obviously, I've already read that blog. So if you're watching and said, you know, Tesla says no decision has been made. Yeah. But it's clear that Tesla is fed up with meeting all the share prices, with meeting all of the analysis, with meeting all of those other things. And I would like to say that is probably the case for a lot of people. Thank you to my new patrons who just joined. I had a couple join. So thank you. Keep them going, keep them coming. Even the more patrons we have, the better. And frankly, Ian, thank you for joining. There was somebody else who joined on the night earlier on today. Keep them coming, keep them joining. If everybody who watches this donated $1, I would be very close to the $3,000 a month. So there we go. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Daniel. Keep up the good work. Keep your red book. It makes it a lot easier to travel around the world. I have no intention of giving up my British citizenship. In fact, I have intention of getting Canadian citizenship at some point, and then I might give up my American one, but shh. because I'm a mongrel. I'm a mongrel in lots of ways. All right, so I think what we'll do is we'll keep this going for a little bit longer. And then if we see no change in Tesla's share pricing, which I don't think we're going to, we will go. What's that all about? What's what all about? We are looking at the Tesla share price. Thank you for this breaking session. Thank you, Daniel. David, sorry. I need new glasses. Thank you, Daniel. That's David, and thank you, Daniel. Two different people. Long-time patron supporter PDX, a Tesla supplied letter of clarity. Trading will start soon. 2 minutes. Here we go. So let's see what happens when this is all exciting. I'm very excited. This is all very exciting. If you're watching the channel, please like, share, comment, share, like, comment, share, share. Watch the Tesla review, Model 3 review that we have on the channel. Like I say, we are completely independent. We are completely supported and independently, and it would be great to have some more people on board. We want to bring some new people on board. The Tesla Model 3 review, a lot of you were very, very supportive of that. You really enjoyed it. You really liked it. And is this a marijuana joke from Elon? Possibly. Who knows? But 420 is the price he's talking about. And he has confirmed he's not joking. This is serious. 40 seconds until Tesla stocks start trading, eh? Well, there we go. We'll see what's happening. Real-time data. Okay, I guess we're doing. Anyway, as I was saying, we have the Model 3 review, and it was great. Lots of you liked it. You loved it. If you would like to see more videos like that, please support it and help raise the money so that we can actually hire staff, because at the moment we can't afford it. And if we hire staff, we can afford to pay people to help us produce videos like that on a daily basis. And at the moment, we can't afford that. But I would like to be able to pay to bring more people on board and to do more things like that. So here we go. I'm going to link to this video very quickly in the show notes. That is now trading. Let's see where we are at. Nothing's come in yet. I'm watching the ticker, just like you guys. Someone's saying 370 and trading. I can't see anything. 377.07. There we go. 377.07, 371, 377. I guess we see what happens until the end of trading. This is very exciting. It's going up and up and up. 377, going up, up, up. We go back. This is crazy. This is really freaking crazy. It really is. 380, 381. 420, 380. Yeah, it's going to go to 420. It's going to go over 420. For some reason, my stock ticker is not actually refreshing, and it's very frustrating. Yeah, look at that. 377.49. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh my goodness, this is stupid. Hey, if people are paying for it, 381. 381, 379. Going up and down super quick. I can't keep up with it. 380. Yeah, I mean, it's, let me see if I can get some better stock pricing here, because NASDAQ's own stock price is doing weird things. You've got 380.94, 383.88, 385. It's going up. I mean, whatever Elon's done, it's 387. This is okay. So the price to watch is, this is the highest Tesla price ever. 380. Yep, this is the highest Tesla. New record for Tesla. New record for Tesla stocks. New record. It's crazy. It really is absolutely crazy. I can't believe this. This is just, it is going up like a rocket. Bloomberg is showing real time. All right, let's look at Bloomberg. Well, I guess I'm not, I was having a bit of a boring day today, and now I'm kind of not having a bad day. 381. 380. It's going back down. Casey Neistat just put out his Tesla review. Model 3. Dozens of trades per second. What do you do when I'm not making videos? I make videos. This is my day job. 383. We're back up again. Transport Evolved is my day job. I'm a classical musician by training. I no longer play professionally, but Transport Evolved is my day job. It's the thing I do, to make money. Volume is over 200,000 trades. This is crazy. 284 million shares volume. It was weird and started again. If no news, Elon could be in trouble and lawsuits. I don't know. Is it illegal? I don't know. I really don't know. But hey, this is a fantastic. I mean, it's more than $40 higher than it was at the start of trading today, which is just crazy. 304 million. Elon did make the press release. It happened just before the markets came back. He said it's, that Tesla's hoping it's going to happen. I don't have any of my instruments here, actually. Do I have any of my? No, I don't. Not in the studio. No. I have a studio downtown in Portland. 380.26. So, yeah, it's going up pretty incredibly quickly. Do me a favor, if you haven't already subscribed to Transport Evolved, hit that subscribe button, because there's more Tesla stuff coming. There's more other stuff coming. Hello, Kia. You're a bit late to the party. I was hoping you'd drop down with food. It's too late now. I've got it. But anyway, this is crazy town. I am a classically trained oboist. 382. Wow, we're going to be riding this all the way. Are we going to hit 390 before the end? Yahoo Finance have a live push ticker. Here we go. Yahoo Finance ticker. All right, let's see where we're going. All right, Tesla is last listed at 343. That's not right. Open, it's at 343. That's better. I can't read it. It's now at 367.25. So it seems to be pushing. Really seems to be pushing. I'm just looking at the number of. All right, so $382 according to NASDAQ website. Yeah, that makes sense. Lots of I'm looking at the prices now. Lots of people asking about lawsuits. We're now at 382, 381. Historical high today is 387. So market cap is now at 64.86 billions. It'll be interesting to see, because obviously people will want to hold on to the Tesla stock if they're going to sell or buy at a new price. Sorry, I'm not really talking much right now. I'm just trying to keep track of all of the information. I'm not a stock expert, so you just have to bear with me while I do this. 381.77. This is risky. A lot of short sellers do not own any shares. They tend to borrow them. That's true. That's how it works. People are going to lose money on this. 377. Where are we now? 377. No, we're not. 381. So we're at right now. Get Jim Chanos on the phone for comment. We'd like to see Mark Spiegel's face now. Yeah. That would be fun. All right. So how long? Hello to the 388 people watching. More than Tesla's currently priced at 381. So if each one of you donated $1, you'd be able to buy a Tesla share. CNBC had a bear on the show and he sounded rather grumpy. Did he just wake up? See, guy was up against him yesterday. No, I didn't. Do not buy or sell right now. Don't do it. Don't do it. You don't buy when the price is high. You buy on the rumor and sell on the news. 373. So it looks like we're going to be finishing the day around 370, something like that. These prices are going crazy today. Let's see where we're at, 1 day range. I mean, today, we started trading today, just so that you know. We started at about 340. So 374, yeah, it's come down again. 376. Don't buy. Don't buy. No, don't be an idiot, because, like, yeah. Just don't do it. It's so crazy right now. I mean, you would, no. Like I say, you would be looking at that a lot further, you know, a lot, you'd be in a different position than where you are now. Alrighty. Thank you to Scott for joining up. 374.35 is what I've got right now. It's $50 free money if Elon buys off you. Really? Really? No. Thank you. I'm glad I rock. Please support the show. Patreon.com/Transportive. Why is it a bad idea to buy now when the private price is going to be higher? Because it's not been confirmed yet. This is still a potential, okay? We still don't know for sure that this is going to happen. It requires stock market, sorry, it requires shareholder approval. Then it requires, I think, approval from the SEC. The stock following the number watching you. It is. It's bizarre. All right, so we're now down at 370. So I think we're going to finish at probably about 75. I think we are going to see that happen. Am I a racing fango? I like all kinds of automotive world. Yeah. Yes, as Anonymous Freak said, it's not yet a certain thing that the privatization at full 20 will happen. That's exactly it. Have a cup of tea on me. Thank you. Should I do more live streams like this? Because I used to have people telling me not to do live streams because they were boring. 373.77. Who is going to be right? What are we going to see at the end of the day? We've got 3 minutes left until the end of the close of markets. It's not a rumor because Elon Musk has confirmed it. but it's not approved. What EV would I suggest as a starter car? As a starter car, depends on your budget. I like the Smart for 2 ED if you just want a little two-seater and you don't have a long way to go. But then, you know, any of the market EVs, I mean, the Fiat 500 is a good car to start with. If you're looking for used market, which I assume you are, if you've got a budget, then go with, I would not choose the current Leaf. I would go with the Bolt because I like the Bolt. My closing number is 378, says Donovan Small. I'm having a great time watching the live stream. I really like the professionalism of your 10 show as well. Thank you. I really needed this because in the last couple of months, the amount of hate I've been getting online has made me feel like I just wouldn't. I actually considered selling the channel. I mean, it was that bad. I want a 4.2 with AUX battery pack in the boot. I don't know if that would work. Awesome Ampera video. Thank you. Going back up, is it? Oh, yes, it is. Wow, it is going back up. 278. They're rallying before the end of the day. Final minutes of trading. 378 and 25. Is it going to go up? Continue to do this. 378.71. Come on. Is it going to happen? 378? We're at 378, 379. We're now at 379. We're now, do we see 379? We see 379. 379.23, 379.40. We've got 15 seconds left. 15 seconds left. 379.75. 4, 3, 2, 1. 379.91. And we're done. 379.91, guys. 379.91. That's the end price today. Wow. Got so excited, I managed to change the watch face on my phone. How about that? On my watch, even. I managed to change the watch face on my watch. That was incredible. That was an incredible experience. I'm glad that I got to experience that with you guys. That was fun. I hope you enjoyed that because I most certainly did. Wow. So we finished at 382. No, 379.91. That was the ending price for today. So let's see what happens tomorrow. 379.57. I see 379.91. That's what Yahoo says. Let's see what Nasdaq says. I don't know. That was fun. That was a bit crazy. So people are saying 379.57. I see 379.91. So 379. Let's split it. 379. Let's give you a link to Patreon. HTTP patreon.com. Support the channel because I want to hire someone, and in order to hire someone, if I hire them full time, I need about $2,000 a month to support them. If I do it part time, I need a bit less. But there's a lot of stuff I don't like doing, like the admin, like the a lot of the more boring sides of running a business. So support the channel. I also need to be able to buy in camera people occasionally. So that Model 3 video we did was so good because we had the car for 2 days. We had a proper cameraman with us filming, a different person to the person who did the CES stuff. CES was great. We had a proper cameraman with us then. My goal for this year to go to CES again, because I think we need to go to CES, is to have 2 camera people, myself and Kate, Walton Elliott, and a researcher as well. So the researcher can go around and basically help scout the area. We are going to be driving this year rather than flying. We are going to be taking the Chevrolet Bolt. The budget for that is going to be $1,000 or so for the place that we're going to be spending. We're going to be basically hiring a house for the week in Airbnb. Obviously, we have to pay for the fuel down there. I also have to pay for camera people, which is we have to obviously pay them as well. So a couple of grand for those. So we're looking at between $3,000 and $4,000 just to go to one event, and that's normal. If you want me to go to like the LA Auto Show, we're talking about the same kind of money. If you want me to go to the Japanese Auto Show, yes, then that's going to cost about the same amount of money. Will I go to Fully Charged Live next year? Yes, if I'm invited back, absolutely. I've been in talks with the team there because they're coming over to the US at some point. So that is where Transport Evolved is. That is where the channel is. If you could ease your anti-Tesla sentiment. I don't have an anti-Tesla sentiment. Look, Dan, let's talk about overpriced, all right? I acknowledge that a lot of people here watching this channel have a household income that allows them to have a price that is affordable. But 35 grand is a lot for a car. The average new car price in America is about 32 grand. 33 grand. I can't remember what it was. I did a thing a couple of weeks ago. Roby, good luck on your cat. I've had a fully charged dog, a diabetic dog before. And fully charged USA Live, I don't know here. 35 grand is not a lot if you are earning upwards of 100 grand a year, but the reality is there are lots of people who aren't. And let's go off on this one as well. I want to see everybody in an EV, not just wealthy people. I want to see everyone in an EV. And I believe in my heart of hearts that if we can make 15 to 20 grand EVs that everyone can afford, that's really going to have more impact on the world than just continuing to turn out higher priced models. Mass production is going to help, but people are buying the Nissan Leaf, the new Nissan Leaf, because it is affordable for them, not necessarily because it's the best car. Somebody says make a proper car for the people that is an EV. Wait for the second-hand market, sure. But there are more people that, affordable is also used cars. Yeah. And let's also be honest. There are things that Tesla does need to work on, and it has been working on. Just because I mention things that Tesla can improve on doesn't mean I don't like the company. I love the Model S. I absolutely adore the Model S. I wouldn't own one because I can't justify driving around in an $80,000 car or whatever it would be, depending on how I spec it. But it doesn't mean I'm anti-Tesla. God, no. And okay, let's get on for a rant now. I'm going to get onto a rant. At the end of the day, I want to see electric vehicles succeed. I want to see alternative fuels succeed. The reason why Transport Evolved is called Transport Evolved is because I don't know if electric vehicles will ultimately be the fuel choice of the future. Maybe there will be something come along that's better than an EV. And if it's proven scientifically that it's better than an EV, great. I'm off and running. I'm going to have a little bit of a rant now, if you don't mind. I feel this is important, and I've got a lot to get off my chest. You don't have to stick around and watch it. because I do have to deal with hate mail. I've had letters to my studio. I've had phone calls. I've had anonymous emails sent to anonymous email services. And the reality is that this is not about Tesla winning. This is about the mode of transport winning for the future. And as several people say, the 35 grand Model 3 does not exist yet. Let's not forget Tesla has a habit of rising prices on its cars and the features, and it prices them like a luxury car. And we need to get more people driving electric. I don't care what the badge is. I genuinely do not care what the badge is. If you are lucky and you can buy a Tesla used for 20 grand, go ahead, buy it. I would be there right next to you. If I could buy a Tesla for 20, 30 grand, like a used Model S, I might be tempted. But I can't. I can't afford to spend 80 grand on a car, and most people can't afford to spend 80 grand on a car. And the future of electric vehicles is not about one company, it's about everyone. It's like people getting really upset about, like someone was giving crap to Alex earlier on for owning a Volt. Like, look at yourself in the mirror and decide how perfect your own lives are that you can throw stones at other people. I'm going to let you into a secret. I know lots of people with Teslas. Who have motorbikes, big, powerful 1-litre motorbikes. You have powerful Porsches. You have other big, powerful internal combustion engine vehicles alongside their Tesla. Does that make them a good person? Yeah, personally, I couldn't care because they've got an electric car. But we shouldn't be isolating people based on the cars they own. We should be supporting each other and loving each other and pushing towards a better, more equitable future for everyone. I don't care which car it is, and I don't care what the badge is. And we should also all be walking more and cycling more and using public transport more. We should be questioning ourselves as to why we don't do that. And I put myself in that list as well. Dan, let's be honest, because you're fighting someone in the chat room here. Let's be honest here about Audi, BMW, Mercedes, and Tesla outselling. That is fantastic. But it's outselling those cars in the luxury car segment and also in the wider car segment. It's not outselling the SUVs. It's not outselling pickup trucks yet. And we need to see electric pickup trucks. We need to see electric SUVs that are affordable for everybody. We need to bust through this bloody glass ceiling that currently exists in the electric car world that seems to suggest that it's not possible to make an electric car for less than 30 grand or 25 grand. That doesn't mean that Tesla's wrong. Tesla is serving a fantastic purpose. It is a driving force. It is doing great things. I loved driving the Model 3. It's one of the best cars I have ever driven. Full stop. But I would be negligent in my duties if I turned around and said that that was a car everybody should go out and buy because not everybody can afford it. And if Tesla was offering the car that I drove, the 58 grand car that I drove, and they had a price tag on it of 25 grand, it would be mind-blowing. They're not there yet. That's okay. Have I had my Bolt serviced? If so, how was the service? Yes, I had my Bolt serviced. It was quick. I have 2 services a year covered by my lease agreement, so I didn't have to buy it. End of. All right, let's see. Looking at the chats. Yeah, A 15 grand base model electric mini pickup truck would kill the ICE market. And let's be honest, this fascination with range is killing a lot of electric car projects. The reality is that most people don't need a long range car. And I say that as someone with a Chevy Bolt. Do you know how many times I've really needed a long distance Chevy Bolt? There's been 3 trips in the time I've owned my Bolt in a year. 3 trips. 4 trips in my time. Why I have that. Has been 4 times I've needed that range. To go up to Seattle and back in a day. Actually, that was twice, so that was 2 trips. To go to Grants Pass twice, so that's 4, and to drive to Reno, Nevada. Those are the only times I needed that long range. The rest of the time, we could have done just fine. I'm currently driving my wife's Leaf. It has a range of 65, 70 miles on a good day, and I'm still able to do it. Yesterday, I ran it flat, nearly. I just stopped at a rapid charger for literally 10 minutes, and then I was able to drive for the rest of the day. Why do you drive a Bolt instead of a Model 3? Almost the same price, but GM decided to kill their first EV and F over all of their customers. Okay, first of all, genuinely ask you this question. Would you treat a German person with disdain because of Hitler? That's the first question. Second question. The Model 3 is not available at 37 grand. Not now. Not now. I couldn't get one. When I bought the Bolt, I needed a car there and then. I had a car that was malfunctioning, that was not meeting my needs. I had to trade up. I had family members who were ill. I needed a car then and there. I didn't want a petrol car, so I bought an EV instead. I already had an EV. I traded it in for a new one. The deal I got on the Bolt lease made the Bolt affordable for me. I'd still be waiting for a Model 3. All right? So there you go. And honestly, are you telling me that Tesla hasn't effed over its customers? Because I know plenty of Tesla owners who have been screwed around by Tesla, who are waiting for parts. You give me any company and I will tell you a good thing and a bad thing about it. I know good and bad things about all these companies. GM should be selling more cars. But I'm sorry, I'm not going to sit here and have the shit kicked out of me online because you think that Tesla is above beyond reproach, because it's not. We can criticize every company, and we should criticize GM for doing what it did in the past. We should criticize Tesla for doing what it's doing when it's not doing the right thing. We should criticize Nissan for not doing the right thing about its batteries. But that doesn't mean that we should write the entire company off. Fandom, the cult of celebrity, the cult of now, the cult of I am right, so fuck everybody else. Sorry, I just swore on my own stream. Doesn't mean that we should cut other people off. We should be supporting and growing and encouraging everyone who wants to grow these things. Every company is doing bad things. We should be highlighting the bad things they do and supporting them for the good they do. You owe me cookies and snow for swearing. Really? I do? I have one word to say to you. Wendy's. Sorry, a little in-joke there for a friend of mine who's watching the thing. Nikki rant over. Yes. Language, Timothy. Yes. My mother says that to me all the time. Oh, that was brilliant. Accountability is important. Accountability is important. I'm not interested in being a shill for a company or an anti-company person. And you know what? This is maybe my rant is not over. Nikki, your unbiased journal? What? I don't understand that. Okay. I believe in telling a company when they do well and when they don't. And you know what? There are a couple of companies out there who listen. And one of them is Nissan. I have been at an event with Nissan, and I have told Nissan engineers and executives that they're doing something really stupid. And they've turned around and said, thank you. They've either continued to do the stupid thing and I've continued to criticize them for it, or they've listened to me and several other people at the same event going, you're doing stupid things, and going, maybe we are doing stupid things, we should change. But I always get an invite. Okay? I always get an invite to an event, regardless of what I've said about them in the past. Because Nissan understands that criticism and praise are the same, are on the two different sides of the same coin. And you need both to grow as a company. If a company only pays attention to you when you are nice to them, that is very arrogant and very disturbing. If you can't give them negative feedback without being put on their blacklist, it says a lot about that company. And I am on several blacklists. I want to be able to say positive things and negative things about the same company, because that's my job. My job is to tell companies when they're screwing up, and to tell you when a company is screwing up, but also to tell you when a company is doing something great. That's the important thing. My shirt. My shirt is from Anthrocon 2018. It glows in the dark. Question, would the Saudi government buy Tesla to destroy it so they can have value in their oil? Do you really think they're that stupid? I mean, really? Really? Do we live in a paranoid world that is so fucking paranoid that we think that the Saudi Arabian government isn't smart enough to understand that oil is on its way out, to understand that oil is a finite resource, and that diversification might be a better way forward? I can tell you for a fact the Saudi Sovereign Wealth Fund has been diversifying into green energy for a long time. And I also think anybody who would deny that stock purchase because it was Saudi Arabia are stupid. Paranoia destroys people's lives. Don't let it destroy yours. All right. Oh, I feel so much better now. Basically, if you've got a lot of money, look, it goes like this, all right? If you've got a lot of money, like the Sovereign Wealth Fund of Norway or Saudi Arabia, you want to find a way of making more money, right? Because if you've got a lot of money and you don't do anything with that money, you'll still have that amount of money. I'm not religious. I'm an atheist. I don't believe in anything like that. But there's a great story in the Bible, a proverb about this guy who two people who are in vast who, and I can't remember it fully, but man gives his son, or his slaves, I can't remember which, money. Okay, one of them goes and buries it, and the other one goes and invests it, and then the other one, when they come back, the original one who buried it goes, "Here's the money. Why did you give me back the money? Why didn't you do anything with it?" The other one came back and had invested the money and had done a good thing and grown the money and whatever, right? If you have a lot of money, you do something with that money to make more money so that you can then reap those rewards, okay? That's why we have savings accounts, right? Putting your money under the mattress, if you have $240 and you put it under the mattress, in 10 years' time, you'll still have $240 under your mattress. If you put that $240 into an interest-bearing account, regardless of whether it pays 2%, 1%, 0.5%, in 10 years' time, you'll have more than $240. You might have the equivalent, the modern-day equivalent of $240. But you will have grown your investment. And if you're investing in, if you are a sovereign wealth fund and you have made money from the oil industry and you know that oil is running out, it makes absolute sense to invest in new forms of energy, which is what we've seen in Saudi Arabia, investment in solar technology, investment in battery technology, investment in new forms of transport. Hyperloop, for example. Investing in those technologies allows you to secure your wealth benefit for the future. There you go. David Stewart, 240 under your mattress and power grid goes offline. You may be one of the few people with money. Yes. You might also end up getting it stolen, which, as several people said, if you're doing that in a bank, yeah, that's a possibility too. All right. I really enjoyed this. I liked the chat. I'm glad that you listened to my little rant. I'm not anti anybody. I'm really not. I want to see more people growing their knowledge. This channel is about giving you the knowledge you need to make an informed choice. I don't want to tell you which car to buy. I don't want to tell you which maker is the best. I don't want people to feel that because I criticize a company, I hate them. That's how like a 4-year-old thinks, right? Like a 4-year-old, if you tell a 4-year-old off in their head, they go, "Oh, I'm a bad person. Mummy hates me." That's not how we think in the real world. Come on. We can disagree and I can still like you. I can disagree with a company and still think it's a great company. Parable of the Prodigal Son, I don't know. I can't remember. Am I still open to studio visits? As long as they are prepared. As long as they're prepared. NASDAQ after hours training. Thanks, Kiana. 377.98. There you go. What chat stream is Nikki reading? It's not this one. So there's 2 chat streams going on at the same time. There's the one in the Tesla. There's one in the main Transport Evolved chat, and then there's one in the Transport Evolved Take 2. I started. So I did the main Transport Evolved chat before things went when things broke, and then I switched over to Transport Evolved Take 2, and it was supposed to be a wind down chat, and then Elon gave more news, and so then there's 2 chats going on at the same time. All right. There we go. Yeah, I would love to do that. I would love to do that. I would do that, but I'd need more people. I don't know if anyone realizes, but Transport Evolved, I'm going to show this to you now. This is the Transport Evolved studio. This is all it is. There's nobody else here. It's just me and a green screen, like there. All right. So in order to grow, I've got a couple of desks. I need to buy in some people. That means I need to bring in more money, because right now the Transport Evolved is making a small profit. The small profit is my salary. And when I say small profit, I mean small profit. We need to increase our spending. We need to invest money. And one of the things we've been investing on lately is that little space over there. And some of these drives have been donated. All of the Transport Evolved videos live on that server. And, we go from there. And should we have a Discord? Yeah, I'd love to do a Discord. Let's make that happen. I'll try and do that. And maybe we'll have Hangouts and do more enough. And more podcasts as well. Transport Evolved, take 2. Your contact is not working. Oh, okay. So do Transport Evolved. So show at transportevolved.com. Try that. Show at transportevolved.com. There we go. Alibaba bought Tesla. I don't think that's the case. That would be funny though. All right, I need to go in a minute. What do you think about the Koch brothers lobbying against EVs, not just Tesla, but EVs as a concept? Well, Koch brothers are trying to protect their interests. Look, they're old, okay? They're not looking forward to the future, and I'm assuming they're not looking forward to providing for anybody in the long term. So they've got money and they want to spend it to basically, they don't care because they're dying. They're old. So that's where I'm at. All right. So that's it. That's the end of the show. Support Transport Evolved. Also go to the Transport Evolved Take 2 page, which is youtube.com/Transport Evolved Take 2, I think. Let's see if I can get it to work. It is. So Transport Evolved Take 2 and youtube.com/ oops. I can't even type right now. Transport Evolved. And then Patreon, if you want to support us on Patreon. Yeah, you better come on Saturday. I'm requiring your fluff butt to do a charity event. For those who don't know, I have a charity that I have helped found. It is a mascot group, and we are waiting for 501c3 approval from the US government right now, which is probably going to take a long time. But we do like collecting for local charities in the area, so I'm part of that. And one of our mascots is in the chat room. She's helping out, saying hello. So there we go. She's got to come along and do stuff. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I'm going to say goodbye now. Keep evolving.